To give current and future expats some idea of what life is like in a German city and what German cities actually look like, I recently made a video about a few downtown Berlin neighborhoods. In today's video, we're going to take a look at two more Berlin neighborhoods that may be of interest to expats, Charlottenburg and Schöneberg. Just like the other neighborhoods I showed before, these two are located within the Ring, meaning that they fall inside the transit line circling downtown Berlin, known as the Ringbahn. This makes them especially convenient and accessible. Now let's take a closer look. Los geht's! Berlin's Charlottenburg neighborhood is located in the western part of the city's downtown. Charlottenburg is considered one of the most upscale neighborhoods in Berlin and a popular area for English-speaking expats and families. It's home to an impressive palace, a famous memorial church, Berlin's top shopping boulevard, a major German university, some nice public spaces, and a lot of beautiful buildings. Charlottenburg was established in 1705. It was named after Sophia Charlotte of Hanover, who was the Queen Consort of Prussia. Charlottenburg was an independent city just west of Berlin until 1920, when it was incorporated into Groß-Berlin, or Greater Berlin. Then, in 2001, Charlottenburg was merged with neighboring Wilmersdorf to form the larger district known as Charlottenburg-Wilmersdorf. Okay, let's check out some of Charlottenburg's main attractions. The largest and most significant attraction in the neighborhood is Schloss Charlottenburg. This is a Baroque palace that's also one of the largest palaces in the world. It was built at the end of the 17th century after being commissioned by Sophia Charlotte, the neighborhood's royal namesake I mentioned earlier. The palace itself and the spacious gardens surrounding it are a major tourist attraction in Berlin. Locals also love to come here on weekends to stroll through the lovely park and gardens. The next attraction is the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church, which was built in the 1890s, though it was badly damaged in a bombing raid in 1943. After World War II, the spire of the old church remained standing and its ground floor was made into a memorial hall. This church sits prominently at the end of Kurfürstendamm, a major shopping street that I'll talk about shortly. Other significant sites in the neighborhood include the Town Hall, which was completed in 1905, the Charlottenburg Gate, which was built in 1907 as a companion to the Brandenburg Gate and is located at the opposite end of the Tiergarten Park, and the Theater des Westens, or Theater of the West, which was completed in 1895 and is known for hosting large-scale, Broadway-style productions and operas. In addition to all of these historic sites, there are several popular streets in Charlottenburg for shopping and dining. First, Kurfürstendamm is one of the longest and most famous shopping boulevards in Berlin. It runs from the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church for about 3.5 kilometers, and it has many cafes, restaurants, and shops, ranging from chain stores to high-end fashion boutiques. As if that wasn't enough, the boulevard actually continues from Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church another kilometer in the opposite direction under the name Tauentzienstraße, where you can find even more shops and restaurants. Not too far away from the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church is another interesting shopping destination called Bikini Berlin. This little shopping mall has lots of cute boutique stores, but what makes it really interesting is this central seating area that looks directly into the Berlin Zoo. Bikini Berlin also has a nice roof deck where you can go to relax. Charlottenburg is such a large neighborhood that it actually has two more shopping main streets. First is Kantstraße, another 3.5 kilometer long shopping street that is mostly known for its wide variety of Asian restaurants. And about halfway along Kantstraße, you can connect into Wilmersdorfer Straße, a 1 kilometer long pedestrian shopping street. Now let's move on and look at some of the main public spaces in Charlottenburg. Savignyplatz is a small park by the train station along Kantstraße that has many restaurants surrounding it. This is a very popular spot for people to lay out on the lawn in the summer. Just south of Savignyplatz is Walter Benjamin Platz, which is the location for a popular wine festival every summer. Not too far from Kantstraße and Wilmersdorfer Straße is Karl August Platz, a little park with several playgrounds surrounding the Trinity Church. And at the western end of Kantstraße is Lietzensee Park that surrounds a small lake. This is another spot where people love to hang out and relax, particularly in the summer. Before we move on to Schöneberg, I just want to mention a couple more things. First, one of the top universities in Germany, the Technische Universität Berlin, is located in Charlottenburg. And Charlottenburg also has other nice historic buildings to see, particularly in the areas between Kurfürstendamm and Kantstraße. Now let's move on to Schöneberg. Schöneberg is a neighborhood in the southwestern part of downtown Berlin that's more residential and popular with young adults and students. Schöneberg was the site of a very famous speech, and it's home to an internationally known luxury department store, boutique shopping streets, gorgeous parks, a street art museum, and a number of public garden plots. It's also home to a vibrant gay community. Schöneberg dates all the way back to the 13th century, and just like Charlottenburg, Schöneberg was merged with another neighborhood, Tempelhof, in 2001 to form the larger Tempelhof-Schöneberg district. Since Schöneberg is more residential, it doesn't have many tourist attractions, but there are a few worth mentioning. First, I would argue that the department store Kaufhaus des Westens, or KaDeWe, is a major tourist attraction. It's actually located along Tauentzienstraße, which I talked about earlier, but it's technically in Schöneberg. Next is the Schöneberg Town Hall, which is where US President John F. Kennedy gave his famous Ich bin ein Berliner speech in 1963. The other main attraction in this neighborhood is the Urban Nation Street Art Museum that's worth checking out. Beyond KaDeWe, there are a couple connected shopping streets in Schöneberg. Starting at the Nollendorfplatz subway station and heading south, there are many small boutique stores and restaurants along Goldstraße and Akasienstraße. This also happens to be where Jones, one of the best ice cream shops in Berlin, is located. And right down the street from Jones is Apostle Paul Church, a great place to sit and enjoy your ice cream when the weather's nice. Okay, now let's have a look at the wide variety of public spaces in Schöneberg. First, there's Victoria Luise Platz, which, in my opinion, is one of the best public spaces in Berlin. I actually talked about this one in my video on Berlin parks and plazas, which I'll link to in the description. Next is Rudolf Wild Park, a long linear park that starts by the Schöneberg Town Hall. Just south of Nollendorf subway station is Winterfeldplatz, a plaza right next to St. Matthew Church, where a weekly market is held on Wednesdays and Saturdays. To the east of Goldstraße and Jones Ice Cream is Kleist Park, a green space with some historic buildings. The last public space I want to mention in Schöneberg is called Südgelände, a former rail yard that was turned into a park. This park is particularly nice to stroll through in the fall when the foliage is really beautiful. Schöneberg covers a pretty large area, so there are a few more places I want to show you beyond the main areas I've already mentioned. Right next to the Südgelände Park is a large open space that contains public gardens. This area is called Kolonie Samoa, and it covers about 90 hectares or 225 acres. Public gardens are very popular in Germany, and this is the largest public garden space in Berlin. This is actually quite an interesting topic that I'll talk about more in a future video. The final place I want to mention in this neighborhood is the European Energy Forum campus, or EUREF. EUREF is a research and innovation campus with more than 150 companies and organizations working on energy, mobility, and sustainability. The campus includes the gasometer, a large decommissioned gas storage tower that was converted into office space. So there you have it, some of the main highlights to be found in Schöneberg and Charlottenburg. Thanks for joining me for this look at 2 more downtown Berlin neighborhoods. I hope this has been helpful for those of you who are considering moving to or visiting Berlin or any other parts of Germany. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Tschüss, bis später!